Hello Amandi, welcome everybody. I just wanted to shoot a quick intro to the video that is about to come, pointing out two things. One is that I usually don't trip like this. I always make safety a very high priority. I really just did this because I thought the LSD wouldn't kick in as heavy as it did. And I thought I could really handle that and take a walk in a place that I didn't know yet. I was wrong about that. So please don't follow my footsteps. And the second thing is that I recorded this video on the same day as I had the trip. It was around midnight, and I was relatively low energy at that point, and I was a little bit all over the place, and I could actually tell the story now much more engaging and interesting and more structured than I did in the video you're about to see, but I also felt like it might be interesting to see how I was in that moment and also to share that vulnerability that I still felt, because my system really kicked in with survival mode, and I felt that impact at least the whole day after that. So I think I've said everything that I wanted to say. Jump into the video.
Hallo und guten Tag, meine lieben Freunde dieser Welt. Live aus meinem Geist. So, I've been sitting here in the kitchen, just a little bit after midnight, and I feel highly social right now. I wish there was someone to be with me right now, but unfortunately I'm alone right now, and I'm just gonna ramble a little bit, talk about my trip that I had today, which kind of was a trip within a trip. Nori! Ah! The sun was shining, I was not so much. I had a rather incredibly stressful trip on LSD today. And I'm still awake because LSD is always just going. It keeps going. Coming to the point. Well, I was taking a hit, and I was feeling like shit. And I felt like dying. My safety alarm warning bells were. So, I walked into this forest. I was like, yeah, the acid is kicking in. Gonna be good. I will find a nice spot. I will sit down and trip my balls off there. I never landed where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to some old burg, ruine or something like that. But I walked into the forest and I was like super focused on just walking up. And then, what happened then? At some point, I just thought, man, the acid is kicking in really heavy. I just want to lay down and have my trip. So, I go off the trails for like 10 meters to find a sunny spot between all the trees, and I lay down and I felt like, oh, okay, time to die, you know, ego dissolution stuff, gonna come back happy. And, well, I lay down, and that was interesting. I had this little remembrance of that girl, like yesterday, and she was just beautiful. And I remembered that, and there was like, there was some energy coming up. I have no idea what kind of energy, but it felt good. But that faded, and then there was just this high-pitched sound that come and go. And I'm like, this sounds like the LSD sound, like when you're starting to get this integrated. And I'm just checking, like, is there any flies around? Any bees? Any honey bees? Working hard today? No? Okay. No. So, and for some reason, I couldn't let go. I couldn't like really go in, or it didn't want me to. Afterwards, I felt like it was playing with me actually, but at some point, I have no idea how long I lay there. I think it was really not more than like 20 minutes. Felt longer, but you know, yeah, I felt like really. No, I feel not safe. I want to go somewhere more safe. Like I was like, and I was also checking my location at that point. I was like, I found out that I was off my trail by 15 minutes at least, so I lost my turn. And I was so into walking. So I walked off my intended path. And I tried to get back on the path. So I was like, I feel unsafe. I don't feel good here. Let's go back home. At least at that time I thought I was going back on my original trail. So pack my shit off. And it was like, wow, I feel really unsafe. And I feel like everything is kicking in and screaming and then like, get a helicopter to rescue me! And on the other side, my rational mind was like having a funny time with that, because I was really I thought, man, I'm just like 15 minutes off my trail. I'll be back and I will have a nice hike as soon as I get back on my trail. But instincts didn't agree, so they went fucking heavy. And everything started to look like the fucking same, like all the trees looked the fucking same, and I walked down the trail and I was like, not sure if I have seen this area before. I'm like walking down, but I can't remember walking up. Things got bad at this point, really bad. Walking down trail, everything's starting to look the same, kind of scary. Like my vision is kind of like doing some really threatful things to me. Things actually start looking like they're attacking me physically, energetically, and mentally, and every fucking area, man. I keep checking my phone. It was really fucking difficult to like keep an orientation, to like have a mental map above reality. Also, like my GPS on my phones, they never work perfectly well. So many times they just like, if I go this way, they actually tell me that I'm looking this way, and that was so confusing, man. So I couldn't trust my phone anymore, and it was like, gotta follow the people. Where are the majority of the people going? And I went down and I came to some crossroads, like one big hiking trail where I thought like, yep, that's the trail where kind of like, at least where I was supposed to be on. I didn't know if I came here, but Google says I'm on the trail. And then I was like, but I just want to get out of here. I really just want to get out of here. So I decided to not go to the place I intended to go, to the Burg, to the Ruine, and just go back to safety. That was my plan. Go back to safety. So whatever safety means, it's not here. My disorientation became so intense that I was on the big trail, and according to what I perceived to be the direction to civilization, it was like, okay, in this direction behind a couple million trees is civilization. And the trail is kind of like, it's making a couple of curves and around turns. So maybe I will be faster if I like go straight down there, because some other people are walking on a really small trail and they're like seemingly taking the shortcut to civilization. And I'm like, I should just follow them. That went pretty fucking cringy, man. So I followed them and I was just hoping that they will not recognize me, but I was like really fast. I was walking much faster than them. Oh my god. And they recognized me and they were like stopping. They actually waited for me, and he's like, you seem to like walk a lot faster than me. Can't really recall, but he was like along the lines of like, oh, you seem to be late or something like that. You need to hurry up. No, yeah, seemingly I need to hurry up. And that was when I got really desperate, man. 20 meters walking past them, I was like desperate. I just actually wanted to cry out for help, to like, oh fuck, I'm totally lost. Please tell me how to go back. Now it sounds ridiculous because there's like families with children walking these trails, and I'm like, I don't know where to go. Please help me. I feel like I'm dying out here in the forest. And I couldn't get myself to say that, even though I knew that it was like, would have been so much healthier for me, even if it was like destroying my ego. So I just sat down, totally weird, in the nowhere of a little hiking trail. And it's even hard to talk about that. They walk past. I waited till they gone, and I run back to the main trail. I ask some people, is this the way to Mödling? And they say, yeah, that's the way to Mödling, to the Nockelwirt. And I'm like, yeah, exactly, yeah, the Nockelwirt, the
The no-call exactly. So I ended up coming out of the forest in a total different entrance than where I entered. And then I was just a little bit happy at least to be not in the forest anymore, so my not dying was saved. And then I waited till I was not that much tripping anymore. And I went back to the Bahnhof after like 1.5, 2 hours of listening to Metcon. Tripping my fucking balls back home. That's basically it.